A second Labour MP has now been implicated in a controversial WhatsApp group that contained offensive and inappropriate messages, deepening the scandal that has already rocked the party. The revelations come just a day after Andrew Gwynn was sacked as Health Minister and suspended from Labour over his involvement in the same group. The MP in question, Burnley's Oliver Ryan, has now come forward to express his regret over his role in the chat, admitting to making comments he now acknowledges were unacceptable. As pressure mounts on Labour to take further action, the party has launched an internal investigation into the matter. Ryan's admission raises further questions about the extent of inappropriate conduct within the group and whether more names could yet emerge. In today's video, we will discuss the full story, whilst also going over all of the latest news from across the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Just a quick one to say we do have new One Keir t-shirts available on our website. Go to BritishStand.com or check the link in the description. Labour MP Oliver Ryan has publicly expressed his deep regret over his involvement in a controversial WhatsApp group that contained unacceptable messages, acknowledging his failure to challenge inappropriate content shared within the chat. The Burnley MP admitted that he not only failed to call out offensive material, but also made comments himself that he now deeply regrets and would not repeat today. Ryan has pledged his full cooperation with the Labour Party's internal investigation, which is currently examining the matter. The WhatsApp group, named Trigger Me Timbers, operated between 2019 and early 2022 and included more than a dozen Labour councillors, party officials, and at least one other MP. The group was originally created by Andrew Gwynn, a senior Labour MP and Ryan's former employer. Ryan has condemned the offensive nature of some of the messages exchanged in the group, stating, "Some of the comments made in that group were completely unacceptable, and I fully condemn them. I regret not speaking out at the time, and I recognize that failing to do so was wrong." He also acknowledged that while he did not see every message, he accepts responsibility for not being more proactive in challenging problematic content. The scandal has already had significant repercussions within the Labour Party. Andrew Gwynn, who had been serving as a health minister, was dismissed from his role and administratively suspended from the Labour Party after details of his messages were revealed. Reports indicate that the group contains sexist remarks about Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, racist comments about Labour MP Diane Abbott, and anti-Semitic statements. Additionally, Gwynn was alleged to have joked about an elderly woman's death. A government source described the revelations as deeply disappointing, adding that the Labour chief whip would be speaking to Ryan with no action off the table. In response to the controversy, a Labour spokesperson reiterated the party's commitment to high standards, stating, "Andrew Gwynn has been administratively suspended as a member of the Labour Party. We are investigating comments made in this WhatsApp group." Following his dismissal, Gwynn issued a statement expressing his remorse. "I deeply regret my badly misjudged comments and apologise for any offence I've caused. I've served the Labour Party all my life, and it was a huge honour to be appointed a minister by Keir Starmer. I entirely understand the decisions the PM and the party have taken, and while very sad to have been suspended, will support them in any way I can." A government spokesman affirmed that Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer would take decisive action against any minister failing to meet the party's ethical standards, stating, "Sir Keir Starmer will not hesitate to take action against any minister who fails to meet these standards, as he has in this case." The incident has placed increased scrutiny on the Labour Party's handling of internal misconduct, with many watching closely to see how Starmer and party leadership proceed with the investigation. In other news, Kemi Badenoch has warned that taxpayers could face an astronomical £200 billion bill over Labour's approach to migration. The warning comes after a Centre for Policy Studies report revealed British households could face costs of £8,200 each to fund services for 800,000 recent arrivals expected to settle permanently in the UK by 2040. The Conservative leader criticised Labour's lax approach to immigration, saying the country simply can't afford it. The think tank's research estimated that of the 801,000 projected settlers, more than 600,000 would be low-wage migrants requiring taxpayer subsidies. According to Office for Budget Responsibility figures, low-wage migrants earning £18,500 or half the average salary cost the state approximately £500,000 if they arrive in their late 20s and live until 80. The CPS calculated the cumulative bill for extra services and benefits compared to tax contributions would reach £243 billion over their lifetimes. Badenoch outlined plans to reduce these costs by proposing changes to indefinite leave to remain ILR requirements. Under her first major policy announcement, migrants would need to wait 10 years rather than 5 before becoming eligible for ILR. The proposal would only grant indefinite leave to those who had been working, claimed no benefits, and were net contributors to the exchequer over that decade. A separate report by the Centre for Migration Control projects that a quarter of the UK population will be foreign-born by 2035. The think tank found that if current trends continue, first-generation migrants would increase from 11.4 million in 2023 to 18.3 million by mid-next decade. This would see the proportion of overseas-born residents rise from 17% to 24% of the total population. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper hit back at the Conservatives, stating Labour was having to clear up their mess after net migration reached record levels under Tory leadership. Cooper accused Badenoch of siding with criminal gangs by opposing new legislation on people smuggling. It is unbelievable and irresponsible that the Tories are planning to vote against counter-terror style powers this week, the Home Secretary told The Telegraph. However, some Labour backbenchers are urging Sir Keir Starmer to take a stronger stance on migration, including increased focus on deportation flights. Graham Stringer MP warned that voters were really angry about small boats, stating, "For simply electoral purposes, Labour needs to do something." Dover MP Mike Tapp defended Labour's record, stating, "Already in just 6 months, we've established the Border Security Command and deported a record 16,400 who shouldn't be here." Lastly, Meghan Markle is rebranding to a giggling and breathless besotted wife after showering Prince Harry with affection at the Invictus Games opening ceremony, it has been claimed. Following the couple's professional separation, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex displayed a loved-up, united front as they attended the ceremony in Vancouver on Friday. Meghan Markle was seen kissing her husband and clinging tightly to his arm as they sat together during the opening event of Prince Harry's latest Invictus Games. Speaking to the media, body language expert Judy James analysed Meghan's behaviour and claimed the Duchess appeared more giggly and breathless, branding her actions less professional than usual. James explained, "It was Meghan the human limpet, wasn't it? She's never shy about doing PDAs with Harry, obviously, but I think this took it to a different level. And for me, doing it kind of tied in with that social media post that she did the other day. And then if you watched her make a speech where she introduced Harry, she's kind of rebranding as this, oh gosh, social media teenager, less professional." Noting how she was acting towards Prince Harry, James commented on Meghan's pride for her husband, but argued that she appeared to portray date-night behaviour rather than professional. James added, "She's giggling, she's squealing with excitement at things, she's very breathless, she had to sit there with him and not just cling onto his arm, she was holding his hand at the same time as well." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.